Hey everyone, it's Nikki again. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an update on my 12 by Christmas. I do have some progress that I'm pretty proud of and a couple of themes, so what I have in here is something I haven't really used. I didn't use at all during this project, but I have used it before. So it's a Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer in this little sample size, and I'm pretty sure I got this in an Ipsy subscription. And I'd used about half of it already, but I didn't touch this once this time around. So I'm going to set that to the side, and it's really funny because the whole point of like getting those little sample sizes is to test it out, and I always forget to test them out. So I always collect, I don't know how many samples I have in one of those drawers, but there's quite a few that I've used, but I didn't make a lot of progress on, or visible progress on I should say, are the 7th and Plum from Pure Romance. And if you can see, it hasn't really gone down. You can see the little line kind of waving right there. It hasn't really gone down a lot, but I did use this about 7 times. And I give it like a good 4 to 5 spritzes before I move on. But it smells amazing. I put it on right before this. Just because I had it and I was like, ooh, spritz, spritz, spritz. But I do love that, and I really did like the product. I just want to get another one so I can get the little cap that I broke and replace it. So I want to use it up before I replace it, if that makes sense. That is from Pure Romance as well, so it's the Body Dew, and as you can see, this is where I started doing the project, and this is where I am right now. I only used this about 5 times. It hasn't been as cold as I would like around this time, and I am in Texas, so it's probably not going to get cold for another month, but I tend to fly through these during the cold weathers. It's just a great way to like keep moisture in your skin. It is a body oil, and this scent actually is discontinued from Pure Romance, unfortunately. But because I was a consultant for a while, I did hoard. When I found out it was being discontinued, I bought like a case for myself. It's a little colder, and I'm predicting soon it'll be really cold. I'm gonna fly through this, no problem. So I'm not too worried about that. I did use it 5 times this go around, but I'm sure like in the next month I will definitely get a lot more use out of this for sure. That I haven't had a lot of progress on is this Loreal Paris Hydra Genius. And as you can see, it barely moved at all. And I don't know if it's because I didn't let this settle before I measured it. I did find it like on its side on my desk at one point, but I did use this quite a bit, 11 times. The product I actually really loved, and I've repurchased it multiple times. However, in the past few months, like the scent is just making me, I'm not enjoying the scent. And it's not like a bad scent, like it smells exactly the same as it always has. It's just for some reason it's triggering something in me that is not pleasant, and it's harder and harder to reach for this, but I'm sure if I still keep incorporating it the way I have, I'll be able to get through it, no problem. I noticed though that at my local Target that this one, it is the normal to dry, and I think there's a normal to oily one. They were both on clearance, so if it's something that you enjoy, like you might be able to snatch it up for a cheaper price at Target. I wish like it didn't make me gag, because I would probably like repurchase a couple that were on the clearance counter and just kind of hoard them for a little bit. As you can tell, I like to hoard things. The next thing I have in this project is this mini Amuse Bouche lipstick in the shade Maple. And it is a red, really pretty like brick red shade, which I love, and I will be using probably every day during December because that's when I tend to wear red more during December, so I don't see this being an issue using. I really love this brand, so they're actually having a sale. I think I said this in my last video. They're having a sale for all their products because they're going 100% vegan, and I think they're like maybe rebranding some things. So everything's 50% off for that collection, the Amuse Bouche collection, and on Sephora as well. So stock up. I used this 3 times this past month, by the way. So not an awful lot. I didn't put it in my purse, and I feel like if I threw it in my purse, like I'd probably get through it a lot faster. The next item I have in this project is this It Cosmetics CC cream, and this is one of my favorites. It's the original one, so it's not like the shimmer or like the anti-aging. There's like, I don't know how many of them now, but it is the just the original, and it's in the shade medium, which might be a little too dark for me, or a little too yellow, I think. I'm trying to like narrow down what's wrong with it because it's just a tiny bit off, but that's how much is left. And don't let it fool you, like this little part right here holds so much product. I think the last one I used took me like 2 months to get through that little bit, so it does hold on to a lot of product in there, and you can go quite a while depending on how much you put on. I used this 3 times this month, but I think I might be able to get through this before the next update. It still kind of looks the same as it did during the intro, so not a lot of visible progress on that one. The items do have quite a bit of progress in them, and one of them is this Colourpop Brow Boss pencil, and the reason I put this in this project is because it kind of broke on me, and it's quite annoying, and I know someone suggested to glue it, which is fine, like fair enough, I could do that, but I just feel like I shouldn't have to. So if I'm purchasing a product, I feel like it should just work the way it's supposed to work and not have me do like these extra things or have to like alter the product to make it work the way it should work. I feel like the actual pencil itself is great, and I used about half of it. So I think, let me see, 7 times I've used this, and I think it's about like halfway through what I originally had. And I think it's fine. Like I think the shade might be a little too light for me, but I do think it works really well. It's just the spoolie broke off, and it might have just been like this random batch, or maybe like during shipment to the old site I picked it up from. It just, something happened along the way, but it's a little off-putting for me personally, and I don't feel like I should have to do extra work to make a product work the way it's being advertised to work. So that's just my thoughts on it. But I could glue this one for the duration of this project until I use it up. I just don't feel like in future ones I should have to do that, and if that's a possibility for the future, I just might not repurchase this just for that reason alone. But I did use this 7 times, and I think if I continue with the same process I did this month, kind of just incorporating it at least once or twice a week, I'll be able to get through that. The next item I have in this project is this Buxom lip polish, this full-on plumping lip polish. And as you can see, I wish I hadn't like dropped it on its side just now, but it started out right here, right under the X, and now I'm like right under the O, which is pretty funny. This one I have put in my purse, and it kind of just sits there, and after like lunch or coffee, I'll just like reapply it. And this is my favorite one. It's in the shade Dolly, and I've used it a total of 12 times in the last month. It's a really pretty shade, and I do love the way they smell. It smells so good. But I do have one on standby, so when this is up, I'm going to open up my next one. And I've had my eye on a couple of the minis in the Sephora gift set, so I might buy those as well. I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead to the ones that I have pan on, and there's one that I still haven't hit pan on, but the other 3 I did. The first one up is I used up this Makeup Forever Step 1 Hydrating Primer. This one again was a sample size from a subscription box, and I'm just collecting these left and right. But this I really did enjoy, and it smells exactly like the Morphe setting spray. So I put this on and I was like, that smells so familiar. and then I put on my setting spray and I was like, oh my gosh, they smell exactly the same, which is pretty cool. And I really enjoy that scent actually. It's a really refreshing scent. This I used a total of, where is it on thing? Only 5 times. So this one is really hard to see through. So it might have been that like I first got it and I tried it a couple times and then threw it in the drawer. But I did use it a total of 5 times during this project. So probably get like a good week out of this sample size, enough to kind of formulate an opinion on it. But I did enjoy it, and since I love the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, I'm probably going to purchase a bigger size. I'm probably going to purchase the full size or deluxe size of this when I repurchase my foundation, so it can go hand in hand. But I did really enjoy this, and I'm glad I spent a little time on it to formulate an opinion. The next 3 items I have come from the Profusion Smoky Eyes palette. And I picked 3 eyeshadows out of this, and they were Talented, Enchant, and Slick. So, I'm gonna flip it around for you. And my light is too bright, right? So as you can see, I have a pan here in Talented, and in the middle of Slick. Enchant still doesn't have any pan, but these are really pretty. I actually discovered that I really liked Talented, and I would just put it on days I didn't do a lot of eye makeup. I just put it all over the lid, and it was quite right there. Enchant, they almost look exactly the same, but this Talented is a little bit more coppery in tone, and Enchant is more silvery, and it also has like chunky glitters in it. And then Slick is a really pretty blue. Enchant is also really difficult to work with, if I'm being honest, which I think is the reason why I kind of shied away from it before. But clean all that off my hands. But that's what they look like now. I think I'm pretty close to hitting pan on this. I did not use it. I think I used it once this whole time, and then like swatched it a couple times just now, but I feel like it's super close just based on like the use of these two and what they look like right before I hit pan. I think this one's pretty close to hitting pan as well. I went a total of 6 times, and when I used it, I put it all over the lid and just kind of left it on its own. Just threw on some mascara, and it was really pretty. And then Slick, I used a total of 3 times before I hit pan. And that one I just like packed on the lid as well, and then did a liner over it, a black liner. But there you go. And this pan I'm also going to declutter at the end of the year. I just wanted to get as much use out of it as possible. I think I'm going to continue to use Talented because I really did like that, and Slick's really pretty too. I might just pop those out of here, put them in a Z palette or something after I'm done. But I did like Talented, and I'm kind of sad I'm not going to have it in my collection anymore. So I was looking at Profusion's website, and I was like, oh, I found the palette that has Talented in it. I might just purchase that one later. I guess that defeats the purpose of decluttering, but I really did enjoy that shade. But at the end of the year, I've had this maybe a little over 2 years now, so I think it's about time that I get rid of it. But I do want to use up as much as I can before the year is out. Heavenly is great, like transition shade, so is this one, Silky. As you can see, like I've got pan on those. I actually had pan on them already, and then I repressed them and I've hit pan again. So they're holding on, but they're they're almost done. And I think I might be able to maybe use up Talented before it goes, and then maybe this one right here, Top Notch, hit pan on it as well. Celestial is pretty as well. I think I have that in another palette, but it's nice little shimmer. Anyway, so it got some love out of it. I want to give it just a little bit more love before I decolor it, but it will be saying goodbye at the end of the year. It will not make it to 2020. That sounded so sad and morbid. So that's all the progress that I have for this 12 by Christmas project pan. I'm pretty excited at all the progress I've been making in my project pans. It also makes me a little bit nervous because I've had so much success so far, and I'm waiting for the, you know, wall to just kind of throw itself up there and I run into it soon, which is a little pessimistic, but you know, things are too good to be true, so I'm a little like, I wonder what's gonna happen next. But I'm pretty excited, and I think though I'm setting a good pace for myself and focusing on like one product over the others, and kind of just being a little strategic on how I focus on some of the things it's helped me be a little successful with panning. I do have my finale for 13 by October, which is pretty exciting. That should be next week, and my update for pan those eyeshadows. I think it's the third update, which seems like it shouldn't be so soon, but it is. And I'm just excited to continue with that one. That's one of my favorites to watch, and it's one of my favorites to participate in. So more updates to come, and finale, which is crazy. So that's going to be it from me for today. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite type of panning videos are. Are they like seasonal panning, like pan that palette, pan those eyeshadows? What is it that you guys love to watch? Mine, personally, this year have been the pan those eyeshadows, which inspired me to start this channel in the first place, which I'm so glad that I did because it's been a lot of fun. And I will see y'all next time.